I finally 100%ed Grand Theft Auto Vice City in preparation for Grand Theft Auto 6. I just want to talk about my experience with it, how I felt throughout it, did I enjoy it, is it fun, and most importantly, is it worth it? I've got a list up here of the checklist, so I'm just going to go down through everything and tell you my thoughts on how everything is, okay? So first off, the story missions, like I'm not going to talk about that. It's a fantastic story. Anyone who hasn't played it, you definitely should play it. It's freaking brilliant. I think what's the best thing about it is that it's not linear. It's not a linear story anymore. You can kind of go off in any direction you want around halfway through the game, so it's fantastic, and it's not long at all, to be honest with you. Next up, we're going to look at the asset missions. Now, as I said, you can go off any way you want, but if you want to 100% the game, you do have to do every single mission eventually. Going down through these, the boatyard, Checkpoint Charlie, it's pretty simple, to be honest with you. I did get caught once or twice when you're trying to like jump over the freaking ports. That did get quite annoying, but it's really easy, man, you know. Cherry Popper Ice Cream Factory, by far the worst mission in the entire game. It is painful trying to get to, I think it was 50 ice creams delivered. The thing about this is the police are vicious in this game. They're able to just freaking open your door and bust you no matter where you are. It's incredibly scary, and it was a whole issue I had. I just went down the beach. I stayed by Ocean Beach and just kept going back and forth, back and forth. You get 2 stars after I think 4 deliveries every single time. So it's vicious, man. It's a dirty one. Interglobal Studios, I kind of left this till the very end because they're one of my favorite missions. I love them. They're fantastic. I didn't actually do it in the story because I was recording the story, so I didn't want it to go on for too long, so I just got through it as quick as I could. Yeah, I think they're fantastic. You know, Dildo Dodo has to be the most iconic because you get to fly an actual plane, the one and only plane in Vice City. So yeah, I love these missions. Phil's Place, I also left this till the very end. The mission you do for him, you do 2 missions. You do one where you're trying to get equipment off a van, and then the other one is you're taking him to a hospital because he blew his hand off. The trying to get the weapons off the truck is incredibly difficult, man. I don't know whatever way they coded it. It's so difficult. So every couple of minutes you have these lads on scooters trying to come down and shoot you and kill you. So it's a very intense mission, but yeah, it was fine. You know, you get through it eventually. The Sunshine Autos. Now this was interesting. I never realized there was importing missions here, so I was quite interested in this. So it's pretty easy. You just go around. I think there's 4 lists of 5 cars. So what's that? That's 20 cars in total, I think. To be honest, like it was fairly easy trying to find them because I think all the cars in Vice City are really unique. So it was quite easy trying to find them. I especially loved the rewards you get where you get these really nice cars in Sunshine Autos that you can take whenever you want. So yeah, gang missions. So most of these need to be done in the campaign. They're definitely the most violent missions in the game. It's all about you're fighting between these 2 gangs, so you're kind of bouncing between the Haitians and the Cuban gangs, and they don't even know about it. You're just fighting between them. Okay, the assassination missions. What I liked about these missions was they're still killing, like you're still assassinating people, but you have to do it in you need to use your head when you're doing them more. Just like with Waste a Wife, where you can't get out and shoot the car, you have to like make it look like an accident, you know. So it made you kind of like use your head a bit more, which I quite enjoyed. The checkout and check-in, man, this mission would never ever be allowed in any kind of a game nowadays. You have a gun in an airport and you're like assassinating this person in an airport and you have to freaking get out of there afterwards. So yeah, I don't think you would get away with that nowadays, but yeah. And Loose Ends was quite fun. So I had already done all of the hidden packages. I did all of the vigilante and all those missions. So this made it a lot easier. I had like much more health. I was able to run for infinite amount of time, take all fire damage. So this Loose Ends is a very difficult mission because there's a lot of people you have to kill, but I didn't really struggle with it that much because I already had all the advancements on me. All right, now here is where the bane of my existence come in. The vehicle missions, they are so shit. They are so shit. They took so much of my time. So basically you have firefighter, paramedic, vigilante, pizza boy, and taxi driver. Out of all of these, the vigilante one was by far the most fun. As I said, I did all the hidden packages and I actually had, I think it's called a Hunter helicopter, which if you don't know is one of those like military helicopters. Oh, it's class. So instead of doing vigilante out of a police car, I was able to do it out of an army helicopter where I was able to shoot missiles and all that. Now that was so much fun. I recommend that to anyone, that you go through the hidden packages first, because I think that's how you unlock it, and then do vigilante. Vigilante with a police car sounds like fucking hell, to be honest with you. I wouldn't have done that. Paramedic, yeah, it's the second worst one. Now you might be like, you're joking me, paramedic is so bad, because you have to obviously keep the ambulance safe and not destroy it. And I'm going to say this now, for paramedic, you will be doing this for around an hour, but it keeps adding on a person after person after person, and you can only hold 3 people. It gets a lot freaking harder. So I say you're only about halfway through when you get to like level 9, to be honest with you, level 9 or 10, considering there's 12. So yeah, it's just a slow grind, man. You have to take it easy. One thing I noticed about paramedic was the bad drivers. Oh my Christ. I never realized that they were properly in the game, but they're everywhere, man. After that, then I did firefighter. That was actually really easy, because the fire truck is basically like a tank, like nothing will destroy it, and your hose goes so far, so you don't have to worry about like, oh, someone running away on fire. It's able to get them no problem. So yeah, firefighter was really easy, and it was coming off the back of paramedic as well. Pizza boy also quite easy, like you only have to go to level 10, the rest of them you have to go to level 12. So yeah, pizza boy was easy. Now the worst one by far was taxi driver. And it's not because it's hard, it's just so fucking time consuming. 100 fares is so much. Now the only like saving grace is that you don't have to do it all in a row. If you want to get the achievement, you have to do 25 in a row. But like 100, that's so long, man. I remember I got through the first 25 and I was like, I can't believe I have to do this 3 more times. I took my time. I couldn't justify doing all 100 in one go. And another thing too, it's nice, is that you can also get into the paint spray, so like you never have to worry about it being destroyed. So yeah, that was the vehicle missions, man. They were rough. Off-road missions, I actually think quite challenging. So for the off-road missions, you have to set a time, then you have to beat it to get 100% completion. So you have the PCJ playground. It was quite difficult. It's a quite difficult one. It took me around 3 goes so that I could understand the actual, like, the route and all that. Cone Crazy, I've known Cone Crazy all my life. I always used to do it to get like unlimited cash. That's quite easy. Trial by Dirt and Test Track, they were quite challenging. I made a complete mess of it on Trial by Dirt. I accidentally set a really good time on my first go. I don't know why I did that, and then it was so hard to do the rest, because after a while they start adding in challenges, like they start adding in like the barrels that can blow up. They make it rain for one of them. But yeah, you just have to beat your time. So the best thing to do is you deliberately make a really bad time at the beginning, and then you just beat it. The RC missions are really easy. I never realized there was a radar one. I knew about the RC car and the RC plane. Never knew there was an RC helicopter around the airport. But yeah, these are really easy. You get them done first time. Street races, again, this is just a good time. That's it. This is a good time. You get to pick what car you want. One thing I loved about it is that it's all in one place. You just go down, you pick what races there are. They tell you which races you've completed and how many are left. I enjoy that. I like the way it tells you your progress, you know? I don't know what else to say. I thought it was quite fun. And it was easy. It's easy. They'll never beat you, honestly. The Heyman Memorial Stadium events, I can't remember which one completely fucked me up, but the Blood Ring is easy. Hot Ring is also easy. I think it's the Dirt Ring. I think that's the really tricky one, where you're on a bike and you have to do all these tricks. That took me quite some time. So I was very lucky that there was no time limit. It only, like, you know, just shows how long it took you to get through all the events. It's quite janky. You know, you kind of do forget that this game is so old. It was really janky. It took me a long time to get through the whole thing. But yeah, no, it was fun, but it only took me like 10 minutes or whatever. I did struggle on some. I did struggle on the wheel, on the loop-de-loop wheel. I just couldn't seem to fucking get the bike up there. Every single time I failed. Chopper checkpoints. Yeah, again, it's, to be fair to this game, I think the game itself is quite difficult. With the policing mechanics and all that, the game is quite difficult. But when you're 100% in the game, I think it's quite easy. It's a bit time consuming, but it's easy. The chopper checkpoints were fine. You're just flying around a helicopter, just getting through these checkpoints. No time limit. You just, you know, it's just a time trial of how fast you can do it. The last thing I'll say about the chopper checkpoints is that I left the Interglobal Studio missions until the last, but you actually need to do that first so you can unlock the downtown chopper checkpoint. And I never realized that. I was stuck on 99% for at least an hour and I couldn't figure out why, and it just turned out I forgot. So chopper checkpoint sticks out to me, but only for that reason. Rampages, this is so fun. I'm struggling to think how they're going to fit this into Grand Theft Auto 6 because it's very violent. You're just killing people. So basically it's just like there's 35 of them to do, and they basically just give you a new weapon every single time. It says go kill 20 gang members. That's how they like try and justify it, is it's gang members. You're killing these gang members. But to be completely honest with you, these gang members are just like walking, and then you kill them, and then they try and run away, and then you kill them. It's so violent, man. You know what I mean? I'm acting like an old man here, but they were so fun. Some of the activities were class, man, you know. I think my favorite ones is when you get an RPG and it just says blow up all these vehicles in a certain amount of time. That was so fun. I had a couple of issues with it where the gang members wouldn't wouldn't spawn in, or not enough would spawn. That drove me insane, but most of the time it worked. The unique jumps, now this was one of the things I left to very last, because I tried doing it around halfway through my 100% journey, and I actually ended up giving up because I couldn't figure out the ones I just did and how many were left. So I actually had to stop and literally watch an entire video, like, you know, second by second, where this stunt jump was and where did it land, where did it finish, because it was really, really tricky. I wouldn't recommend just using a map. That's what I did for most of these things, was I just used a map to try and figure out like where everything was, you know. But for this one, I would just recommend you just watch a video, because it is very difficult, and there's nothing worse than going through 35, 36 unique jumps, realizing you've forgotten one somewhere, and you have to go back through the entire thing to figure it out again. So I'd recommend just watching a video for it. I don't care about stunt jumps. I think it was a pain in the ass, actually. You need to land in like a certain way, which I thought was ridiculous. So yeah, I'm not a big fan of the unique stunt jumps. Hidden packages. So this was the first thing I did after I completed the campaign. I think they're fun. It's a really chill vibe. That's how I'd explain it or describe it. So what I did was I try not to ever watch any videos when I'm playing video games, because it's like, oh, I don't want two things at the same time. So I try and just play the video game, just that. And I think it was nice, actually. It kind of gave me a better understanding of the map Vice City, because obviously when you're hidden packages, you're kind of going places you would never go in the campaign. So I was definitely spending a lot more time just looking at the city, listening to Flash FM in the helicopter, going around all these places. No wanted stars or anything. You're just getting a better understanding of the map. And I quite enjoyed that, honestly. Now I wish I kind of left it to the last, because everything else was so chaotic, but this was fun, and I enjoy, like, even to this day, there's so many places in Grand Theft Auto Vice City I just have not explored, and this hidden packages kind of like made that happen for me. The miscellaneous tasks, and we're going to look at the rifle range. Never knew this existed, to be honest. So you need to get a maximum point of 45 in the shooting range. It's very difficult, okay? My advice to you would be just shoot the targets at the very back of the room, because they give you 3 points. Safe houses, again, a very easy task. I loaded up on a map, saw where they were. I already had enough money because I'd done everything already. I'd appreciate it if I was able to go into the safe houses like in Grand Theft Auto San Andreas. I thought that was a really nice detail that they don't have here. They only have it for a couple of places. I wish they had all of it, had their own like exterior and all that. And then one of the last things I did was rob all 15 stores. It's cool. It's a cool little addition. You just go in, point a gun at the cashier, he gives you a bit of money, and then you're gone. That was it. That was everything. As I said, I finished it off on Chopper Checkpoint, and I was so happy when it was all done. All in all, it's not that difficult. Honestly, it's just a bit time consuming. But like, if you're doing 100% for any game, it's always going to be time consuming. Like, there's nothing else to say. It's going to take a long time. So yeah, it was tough. Yeah, but it was, I love Grand Theft Auto Vice City. I wanted 100% Vice City, like, basically all of my life. Ever since I played it, I was like, oh, I really need to 100% that game. But I just never got around to it. And I was saying now is the best time to do it, because Grand Theft Auto 6 is coming out in less than 6-7 months. 6-7. Like, what is wrong with me? It's coming out in around 7 months. So I wanted to, you know, get it done. To be honest with you as well, though, I wanted a better understanding of Vice City. That's why I love the hidden packages so much. I just wanted to see everything that Vice City had to offer. And with that too, I kind of wanted to like have it fresh in my mind, everything on the Grand Theft Auto Vice City map, the old one. And I want to compare it to the new one. Obviously that won't be for a while, but like if we get new trailers and stuff like that, or new screenshots, you can kind of be like, oh yeah, that was in the old one. Oh yeah, it's here now in the new one, that kind of way. I can't wait. I freaking can't wait. And I always have a bit of sadness. I always feel a bit of sadness when I 100% a game. This happened with Bully as well. I 100% a Bully. And I just feel like, you know, it's kind of like, oh, that's it now. I'm not going to really pick you up. I'm not going to say ever again, but I haven't picked up Bully ever since, you know. It's because it takes so much out of you. And I'm like, I don't know if I'm going to be picking up Vice City again. Like, I don't know how many more times I can listen to Flash FM without going mad. Yeah, ladies and gentlemen, that's it. I'm fully ready for Grand Theft Auto 6. I haven't 100% of Grand Theft Auto 5 yet, but like, we'll get to that, you know what I mean? Would I recommend it? Yeah, this is a really easy 100%. One thing they do really well is they reward you throughout the process. So as I said, I enjoyed getting more health. I had unlimited sprint speed. I had a better body armor. I had a load of guns at all of my safe houses to make everything so much easier. I had vehicles and all that kind of stuff. So yeah, 100% great. It's a great game. Fantastic game. If you have any interest in Grand Theft Auto 6, play this game 100%ed, get a good idea of what Vice City is, because that's where we're going to. It's the final, I think it's one of the final maps that needs to be in the HD universe. But yeah, anyway, ladies and gentlemen, thanks so much for watching. Please like, subscribe, have a good day, goodbye.